Hey everybody. So I'm back. I've wanted to talk on this subject for a while, and I've kind of been doing a little bit of research and just to talk about, I know some of my other videos have been about getting older, embracing being in my 60s, and changing habits. And so I guess this one is going to be, I've kind of settled on embracing change, the changes that that happen when you get older. And a lot of this has come about just from a couple of interviews that I saw. One with an interview with Brooke and another one with an interview with Justine Bateman. So talking about, being in show business, being back in the 80s, and being the beauty and how they have been perceived now with being in their 60s, late 50s, 60s, and the things that have been, I guess, mentioned about the fact that they have kind of let themselves go, which they haven't in any way. They just are aging gracefully and naturally, which is what I have a heartfelt opinion of and I'm not judging anyone for if you're doing anything to cosmetically or whatever, but I just, in my own heart, I feel that, embracing your age and the changes that come along with that is an honor in a way. I think we're blessed every single day. I feel extremely blessed to be able to be here every day and to be able to be active and do the things that I'm doing. And I look in the mirror, and do I see the same face as I saw when I was 20, 25, 30, 35? No. I'm seeing a mature lady, older woman, whatever you want to, that has wrinkles and has some sagging skin and has sagging skin on my arms, and this is not taught anymore, and that's okay. That's okay. I look at that and I think about, where I've been and what I've been through and where I've come, and all of those things just, it overwhelms me how wonderful that is. I mean, I just turned 61, and this one was I don't want to say it was a hard one, but I want to say that I thought a lot about my mom. I lost my mom 2 years ago. She had a wonderful life. She lived 94 years, and when I turned 60, that was a big one. It was, but I think I focused more on the fact that, oh, I'm 60, and well, this year I was 61, and I missed my mom. So where's that from? But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But I was the youngest of five, so there too, I'm the baby of the family, and I'm 61. I'm over 60. So I just, after seeing the interviews with these ladies and hearing the things that, with them being in the entertainment field, and so many of the female stars and male stars that are having all of the facial things, reconstructions and things like that done to keep themselves looking younger. I don't always think that that's true. I can still tell that there's certain things about getting older that you just can't change. You just can't change that you're not as speedy as you used to be. I used to be able to run down the way, but now it doesn't come that fast. I read an article and somebody said, I used to be able to take the stairs 2 at a time. Well, I don't do that anymore, but there's things I can do now at 60 that I couldn't do or wasn't able to do when I was 30 or 40 or whatever. So I guess my major part of, and this might be a two-parter, because I have a lot of deep feelings about seeing a lot of the stars. And now I see people that I know that are, getting the lip injections and the getting rid of the crow's feet and having this tucked and this nipped, and I guess I don't understand it. My mom was 94 and she was beautiful all the way up until her skin was beautiful. My youngest daughter, always tells me how beautiful I am, and I love that. I think that is so sweet, and I think that I guess I feel in my heart that she looks at me and does see an outer beauty, but inner beauty. I want to look at a person's inner beauty, their heart, their soul, what's inside them. A lot of people that are very beautiful and attractive and whatever, they may not have a kind heart. It just depends. Or they may have a very protected, cautious heart, that they don't let many people in, and that's a big part of beauty. Beauty, as they always have said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I have always felt that. What someone else may see as beautiful or attractive or handsome or whatever, I might not see that same thing. I might say, yeah, okay, I'm not seeing it. So we all have to be careful with ourselves. Okay. I guess what my goal with this is if there's anyone out there struggling or thinking, oh, I just look so old and I just, it's a gift. It's a beautiful, wonderful gift to be able to have another year. For me, I don't know. I'm sure there's probably some people out there that are saying, I have this or I have that. God bless you if you're dealing with any types of health issues or anything like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I pray for you all, but my goal here is to look in that mirror and see the inner self of you. Okay, I remember back in the 80s or something, I watched a movie, and I do not know the name of it. I don't know who was in it. I don't even know if it was major stars or anything like that, but it was a movie that I watched, that it was a married couple. They were so happily married, and they loved each other, very attractive, very, the husband always saying how beautiful and oh, I love you so much, and there's nothing that could ever change that, and da 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 da. She ended up being in a serious car accident that left, I think it was one side of her face, and it was burned, and she needed reconstructive surgery, and he couldn't handle it. That was the husband in the movie, just couldn't handle that, and they ended up divorcing, which was devastating to her on top of what she's already dealt with. So that's my other thing is, when you love somebody, you need to love them from your heart first. And, the looks, they are going to fade. No matter what you do, no matter who you are, they're going to fade. They're going to change. Everybody does. And if you think that you're still going to have that same nose that you had when you were 20 or 22 or 25, when you get to be 50 and 60, it's not going to be there. It's not going to be the same. It's going to be the same nose, but it's going to probably look a little different because its surroundings are going to be a little different. So I don't want to be a downer. I don't want to be, but the books I'm referring to is Brooke Shields. I just love her. She's just beautiful. But hers is, Brooke Shields is not allowed to get old. She, in this book, she actually said that she was told that, basically, she's old. She got old, and it's like, well, we all get old. We're all going to get old. Everybody's going to. And it's, she's still so beautiful. But she's just an older beautiful. She's not, did you really think she was going to look at 60 the same as she looked when she was at 20 and 18 and 25? None of us do. None of us do. Even if you have all of the nips and tucks and injections and plumpers and all of that, you're not going to look that way. You're just not. It's going to, from what I've understood with, having like the fillers and things like that, those might stay, but the things around it are going to age. And there's certain parts of your body that you just can't mask. Hands are one. It's very hard to do reconstructive surgery on your hands to make them look like you're 20. So a lot of times you see people wearing gloves and covering them and whatever. My skin, the skin period that's something that I am experiencing right now is just the skin, like on my arms, and it's just looking. I remember looking at my mom and saying, "Oh, that's my mom's skin." Well, here it is on me. I got my mom's skin. So that's what I'm talking about, is just embracing the fact that you have the opportunity to grow older, to have all of these things. I had 2 children, and you raise your children and you go through the teen years and you go through, all the things that get you to where you are right now. Both of my daughters are awesome. And but you have stresses and worries and, all of that throughout their life. And that takes a toll sometimes, that was last year. I decided I'm ready for my gray hair. My daughter wasn't so much, but I'm ready. I'm ready to embrace that, and I do have a previous video about embracing my gray hair, and it's coming in more in the backside than on the front. But yeah, so all of these, the sags and and this, and yeah, you can stand in the mirror and pull that back and go, ooh, yeah, there you go, there you go. But I was there once. I had that once. I was able to enjoy that once, and now this is where I am now. So I have other things that are way more important than whether I have wrinkles on my neck, or I have a little chin thingy here, or I maybe have crow's feet or whatever. There's many things I am very thankful for. I appreciate my body every day. I appreciate the things I can do. I have aches and pains, cracks and crickles and all of that. That just happens as we age, and you wake up in the morning and you have to get out of bed a little slower, stretch a few more times, roll those ankles a little bit more, crickle crackle. But that's just part of it. I get up and I'm able to go about my day. I'm still very active. I know not everyone is, but to find the positive in what you do have and what you are able to do, that's my goal for my life. And I'm not in any way telling anyone how they should be or shouldn't be or whatever. I'm just sharing the feelings that I get when I listen to these two ladies talk. The other book is Justine Bateman, and I'm actually listening to this on Audible. So I just kind of took a picture off of the internet of what the book is called. It's called Face 1 Square Foot of Skin. So it's one of those things. It just kind of triggered some things with, Brooke Shields is so funny. I had watched her. There's a Hulu documentary about her life and growing up and being Brooke Shields and how beautiful and all of that. And then, but she is such a real and funny, wonderful, down to earth person that I then got the book, and it made me chuckle when I saw her on the interview, and she said, yeah, I was basically told I'm not allowed to get old, obviously, but it's going to happen. So she has a wonderful. I'm not in any way promoting these. This is just I just am sharing with you what triggered me to want to talk about this. It had kind of been on my list of things to do a video about, but I just wasn't sure how to go about it, and so boom, I'm out here. This is what it is. And then after I saw Brooke Shields and her, I think she was being interviewed by, I want to say she was on Drew Barrymore's talk show being interviewed about some things she had coming up and this book and all of that. And then I have also seen Justine Bateman. I used to watch Family Ties all the time. Michael J. Fox, she was the sister. So I remember her when she was in the 80s, and it was around my age. And so to hear her and to, just to kind of see, I've also heard that about Pamela Anderson. She doesn't look too good. She's just chosen not to continue to wear all of the makeup that covers the reality of who she is and where she is in life. So I commend that. For those that still want to have all the makeup and everything, that's good too. It's just we have to stop shaming people for wanting to be who they want to be, okay? For being real and for showing, and this is not in any way, shape, or form on any other topic. I'm just basically, it is on, women of our age and, just being kind of shamed. I was talking with my husband the other day, and I said, it's sad because, and this has come out in both of these books, that when men get older, they become distinguished. Men are distinguished. Oh, he's just so distinguished now, And when a woman becomes the same age as the man, they're just old. Have you seen how old she is? She's gotten so old, So that's what I'm kind of talking about, is the kind of a double standard, I guess. Men get gray hair and they become, they're just distinguished, they're this and that. Women get gray hair and it's like, they need to put some color on that, or put some lipstick on or something, and it's just not fair. I think Pamela Anderson is beautiful with no makeup, and I know there's several other females, I can't think of their names off the top of my head, but that have also decided that they're not going to do the makeup thing anymore. So, and that's okay, but they shouldn't be made to feel ugly or, not worthy, I guess, or I don't even know the word to say. But I just think that we all need to understand. There are some people that never has worn any makeup ever, and that's okay too. You don't have to wear makeup. I wear makeup because I just feel like I'm dressed and ready to go, because I grew up in the 80s and we just wore makeup. Do I wear makeup every day? No, I do not. On the days that I'm really not going to be doing much of anything, if I'm even running around town or whatever, I don't put makeup on. And that's part of the beauty of my age right now as well. I don't have to. It doesn't matter. I'm not out to impress anybody. I'm not out for a photo shoot. I'm not out and everyone should have that opportunity to, I just, I know that there are a lot of people that, follow certain trends and stars. And, I know there's now things called botox parties, and where you go and you get, injections, just little things, and I'm like, wow, we used to have Avon parties and Mary Kay parties and, those types of thing. And now they're actually having these types of parties. It just, it's something new, and I'm not judging anybody. If that's what you like to do, then that's awesome. And I love that for you. But then in the same reversal, we need to love it for those of us who don't want to do that and who just want to be natural and, whatever is whatever. Like I have something here today I got out of the shower and I'm like, what is that? It'll go away tomorrow. Those are just kind of things that happen. Boom, boom. I don't know, I may have had a little chocolate last night or something, who knows. But we all just need to be accepting, really, in my opinion. And there's pressures that are being put on people. They feel like they're pressured into, well, I'm not going to be beautiful if I don't do this or that. And really, it's just the double standard of the women that are looked at as old if they don't do, something. And then, yeah, and the men that are looked at as distinguished or, whatever. And I'm not saying always, because there are men out there that also have, they've gotten work done and things like that in the celebrity realm as well. But this is just basically, it goes along with your health, the eating right, eating healthy, healthy skin, healthy body, healthy mind. But for me to have things injected and fillers and plumpers and, you're masking who you really are, or that would be me. I would just be masking who I really am. And I want to be real. I want you to see the real me, the real deal. And the makeup that I wear is not much at all. I really am to a point where, like eye makeup and things, it doesn't agree with my eyes anymore. My 60-year-old self is saying, yep, you're not wearing mascara anymore because my eyes burn if I try to put mascara on anymore. So, yeah, so those types of things, those are the things, yep, that I wanted to talk about. And if you want to read these books, they're great. It's, like I said, the one I have, Justine Bateman, is on the Audible, so I'm listening to that. I'm not quite done with it yet. And then Brooke Shields is, I purchased hers. I think I got hers at, I don't even remember. I was shopping. And yeah, we just all need to accept what everyone chooses, and don't be so judgy. That's how I feel, is, we can't be so judgy. If somebody feels that that's what they want to do, I don't judge them. I don't judge you for wanting to do the injections. So don't judge me for not wanting to do the injections. So for wanting to be natural, for wanting to do what I want to do. So basically that's my message, and I love you all. And if you are back for another, if you've been following me, I so appreciate it, and I thank you very much. If you're new to my channel, welcome and thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button, and if you think somebody else could get some benefit out of this, share it to them, or however you want. Hope I see you again, and you guys all have a blessed day.